Showtime.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8,
Check.
7,
Check.
5,
Check.
3, 2, 1, go.
I have got an idea.
Showtime, baby. It's showtime. All right. Man, good evening to everyone. Man, I'm so glad to be here, man. Listen, I almost not even did a show, but man, I couldn't. I had so much that was going on, but I had so much I wanted to say at the same time. And so, guys, I'm here. Now, for those who do not know who I am, my name is Eric Kirk, and I'm the author of The Power to, the Power to Workbook and The Power to Planner. Guys, you can go and pick that up at www.thepowerof2x.com. Yeah, definitely do that and show me some love. I appreciate it. Man, it's been a good couple of days. I hope I don't even know if but I think I talked to you guys. I haven't talked to you since before. My mind's everywhere. But we're here. We made it, guys. We made it. Once again, it's another Sunday, and if it's Sunday at 7 o'clock, that means it's time for the Power Podcast. So I have the pleasure of spending a powerful, impactful hour with you guys. I know the setup is a little different. Like I said, I want to try something, do something a little different, and so here I am. One, just to take care of some house order, okay? Because we're gonna jump right into the show because I need every bit of this time. Matter of fact, make sure I got my glasses here. Now let's make sure as you come in that you do you like this that you like it. You heart it up and listen. Trust me, I need you to do that. Okay, not for me. Well, it is for me. Don't worry about it. Just do it. Okay, but I also need you to share it out, if you will. I promise you, it won't cost you anything. So make sure you do this because I believe that I'm going to share some things that is going to change some lives. I believe that I'm going to help some people tonight. And guys, you may not be on this side of the table, but you are at the table. You got an opportunity to be a part of a transformation in somebody's life. Isn't that good? And all you got to do, I got to come up with all this, this content or whatever, but all you got to do is hit the share button. How about that? So I do have, let me see. So I officially got the comments are turned on. And I already checked. I know that that my Facebook is doing well. I know that the audio is good. I can see that the video is good. So I'm all set for an amazing show. The only thing I need you guys to do is to come in and do what you do best, man. If you have any questions, feel free to ask that in the chat. And like I said, make sure that you share this podcast out as well. So, like I said, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into this thing because I really wanted to spend some time and kind of go into this a little deeper. I wanted to share it with you, okay? And what we're talking about, I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the screen, okay? Because, like I said, man, I'm ready. Ain't no need of me playing around. Now, I do need some help. Okay, so Put these glasses on. So what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about 7 levels on 7 floors. We're going to be talking about building a successful, um, a house, a successful relationship. Let me pull this up right here. Let's see if I can pull this up here. Yeah. Okay. We're going to be talking about what makes making a house into a home. So we want to make your house. Some of us is living in a house, and there's some elements to your house that you're going to need if you want to make it a home. And we're going to be talking about those things. And like I said, what my prayer is that it's going to elevate you to another level in your relationship. How about that? That's what I believe. I believe that if you spend what time is it? If you spend the next 55 minutes with me, I believe your life will change forever. Now, if you really want to go good, if you really want to do this thing, you'll share this out to your partner, or you would, like, hey, take your phone in the room and say, hey, let's cut the TV off and let's talk about some things. This is not that show that where we talk about the latest in celebrity news. And I'm from Huntsville, so we're not going to talk about love and marriage, Huntsville. We're not going to talk about Kiki Palmer and I think his name Eric. I'm not sure. We're not going to be talking about any of that. Okay, all of those it's cool. I ain't got no problem with it. But that's not what this show is about. That's not this show. This is the Power Podcast, and this is a spear off from the Power to Book, which is a book about having how to have a successful relationship, how to have a successful marriage. And so we're going to stay in that vein. And so tonight we're going to be talking about, these 7 levels or these 7 floors that's going to be essential to you building a home. Okay, we're going to be talking about that. Okay, and so there's no reason for me. I wanted to, kind of give people time to come on, but there's really no need for me to do that because if you're gonna watch this, if you watch this by replay, make sure that you hashtag replay, just so you can show me. I know that you were here. It'll be a blessing to me. Okay, so we're gonna start with this first floor, and when we deal with this first floor, just know that we're talking about a foundation. We're talking about, what is it that you want to build your house off of? I kind of think about situations where, if you were building, like a physical house, you want to. There's some prep work. I'm just call it. I know it's probably a technical name, but there's some prep work that you're going to have to do to the ground in order for your foundation to be suitable to build on. See, one thing I see, I'm not a builder. I can't build a house. I can talk about building a relationship, but I don't know how to build a house. But I do know enough about building a house is that if the foundation is not solid, then the house itself, the integrity of the house comes into play, comes into service. And see, what I know is that the same thing is going to happen when we talk about the foundation of your relationship. That's right. There's some foundational things that you're just going to have in place if you want to have a successful marriage. You want a successful relationship. Okay, so we're going to talk about that first floor. That first floor, this is your foundational floor. Okay. See, I believe that if you're going to have a successful marriage, you're going to need to. That marriage is going to have a foundation of love. Now, a lot of people say, well, Eric, shouldn't God be the foundation of your marriage? Now, I believe in all my heart that if you are Bible believing, Christian, that God should be the foundation of your marriage. But guess what, guys? God is love. Okay, so but here's the cool part about it. Whether you are a believer or not, your foundation has to be love. It has to be. It has to be. See, that foundation is going to be that long-lasting relationship that stands firm, and it's gonna be that thing that when all I'm gonna just say all hell breaks loose, it's gonna be that thing when the storm comes and now the wind is blowing, and now that your marriage is let's say under attack. Yeah, I would say that. So now your marriage is up under attack. You better have a good foundation because you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that love. You're gonna need love. Okay, you're gonna need love. So that's gonna be on your first floor. We're gonna keep going. Let's see your second floor. Your second floor, because this is what building a successful marriage looks like. We got a foundation, and our foundation is built off of love, and then our next floor is going to be fondness and admiration. And what are we saying? You just like your spouse. Yeah, you love them. I know you love them because that's your foundation. But you just like them. You like hanging out with them. You like being around. Y'all like best friends. And if you want to have a successful marriage, there's gonna have to be some fondness, some admiration towards each other. Okay, and the reason why my second level, we got the first level that's love, we got the second level that's fondness and admiration, or simply saying that you like each other. See, the reason why that's so important is because once again, when that attack comes, and now there's a such thing as the accuser of the brother, and that's when the pointing of the finger starts happening, and you're gonna have to ask yourself some things, and the only way that you're gonna be able to get out of this is that you're gonna have to like each other, because those things, that one question that I want you to ask whenever you come up under attack. I want you to take a minute and I want you to ask yourself, did he or did she really mean to hurt me? Did they have malice in their heart? Was their intent to do me harm? I really want you to ask that question because because your foundation is love, and that second layer is you like each other, and because of that, I want you to take a minute before you jump on over into the deep end and you thinking that, man, that this is it, this is it, this is it. What I want you to do is just take a minute and just say, you know what? Did they really try to hurt me? I know they said what they said, but did they say it to where they, like, you know, was it a mishap of words? Or I know it made me feel bad, but is it possible that they really didn't want to hurt my feelings, and is it possible that I just took it the wrong way? Is it possible? And that's why the second floor is so important, because the second floor is going to position you, or it's going to allow you to step back and ask that a very important question: did they mean to hurt me? See, those are that's the type of question you ask when you're dealing with somebody that you love, and not only love, that you like. Okay, man, we're going somewhere here. The third floor. The third floor. We're talking about building a successful marriage, successful relationship. We're talking about Your first floor being a floor of love, that foundational floor. Then we talk about that second floor. I just really like you. Okay, I like you. Not only do I love you, I like you, and then then we come to the third floor, and with this floor is a little different because this floor is an action that that we must be mindful of if we want to have a successful marriage, if we want to have a successful relationship. We must practice this every day, and that's running towards each other. Yeah, that's right. I need you to rely on me. I need you to run to me. I need you to when things are troubling you, I need you to run to me. I need to be that source. When you're happy, I need you to run to me. I need you to be the one. I need you I need to be the one that when you have good news and bad news, I'm the first person that you want to tell. That's how deep this is. That's how, and not only am not only do you want to tell, but I want to hear it. It's that deep. It's that important. You say, listen, this is the third floor, and I promise you that if you can love somebody, you can like somebody, but if you don't master the art of running to them, and I'm talking about, not only, in those situations where good and bad things are happening, but let's say that, now y'all are at each other. Something happened. Oh Lord, something happened, and now you're at each other. Now y'all bumping heads. Altercation happened, and even in situations like that, I need you to be able to run to your spouse instead of running away. I need you to do that. I need you to do it because there's no other way. If you're going to have a successful marriage, if you're going to have a successful relationship, you're going to have to build this house. Okay, and what we're talking about is making that house a home. See, that house, can be just, wood, it can be brick, it can be, whatever, but it's going to be hard and it's going to be cold. And what we're talking about is giving it life. What type of life do you want to have? If you want, making that your house a home is speaking to giving your home life, giving your house life. Okay, and you're gonna need, and there's some things that you're gonna need. You're gonna need love. You're gonna have to like each other, and you're gonna have to master running to each other when times get tough. No matter whether it's good news or bad news, I need to be that source. You need to be the source that when you want to tell the good, the source when you want to tell the bad, and then your partner have to be eagerly awaiting to hear them both. Because the opposite of that is that you're going to be running to somebody else. And you're not going to have a home if one or both parties is running towards somebody else. You can't do it that way. Okay. So let's do one more before we go on. The fourth floor. This is a positive perspective. A positive perspective. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see when you look at your spouse? What do you see? And the reason why I ask that question is because that positive perspective is so key to where if you're seeing it through the lenses of negativity, then you're going to see the bad in your spouse. You're going to see the bad. So my question to you is, what do you see? And then I'm going to go a little deeper. I'm going to ask you, what do you see? Because not only is it important to identify what you're seeing, I need you to understand. I need you to get this. What you see is what you're going to say. And what you say is because life and death is in the power of the tongue. What you see is what you're going to say, and what you say is going to form the world that's around you. See, what you don't understand is that a lot of this bad relationship is because of your mouth. Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. What I mean is this: you very well could have a bad attitude, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you are saying the wrong things. You're saying negative things. But what I need you to understand is that if you're going to have a successful marriage, if you want to have make your house into a home, you're going to have a positive perspective. Yeah, you're going to have that. You're going to have to change the way you see some things. You have to change the way you see, you see yourself. How do you see yourself? When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? Are you the the child of the king? I mean, what do are you like a grasshopper? What do you see when you look at yourself? Now, do you see yourself mighty and strong? Do you see yourself, as an overcomer? You know what I'm saying? Do you see yourself as, someone that is victorious? Do you see yourself as somebody that's more than a conqueror? Do you see yourself as the head, or do you see yourself as the tail? What do you see? And not only what do you see in yourself, but what do you see in your spouse? When you look at him or you look at her, what do you see? Do you see what God sees? Because I need you to understand is that if you don't get that part down pat, you're going to say some things. And what I'm afraid of, my brothers and my sisters, is that you're going to say some things that's going to damage your relationship. Because what you see is what you're going to say. What you see is what you're going to say. So what are you saying over your marriage? What are you saying over your relationship? What are you speaking when your husband is not around, when your wife is not around? What is it you see? What are you saying? What's your perspective? What's your perspective on your finances? What is your perspective on your health? What are you saying? Because I need you, if you don't understand anything else, I need you to understand that law of the power in your tongue is working here. So if you want to make your house a home, if you want to have a successful relationship, you want to have a successful marriage, you're going to have to change your perspective, or you're going to have a positive perspective. See, when I look at this perspective, I think about those 12 spies that went over to spy out to scope out the promised land, and I see 12 went over and 10 came back, and said, we're like grasshoppers. That was their perspective. Their perspective. Now here's the crazy part about it. Their perspective wasn't totally wrong. I mean, it wasn't totally wrong because there was literally giants over there. They were giants over in the promised land. So when they came back to give a report, they say, "Listen, we are like grasshoppers to those giants. They can stump us out just like we stump out an insect." So they really wasn't wrong. And this is why we have to understand the difference between facts and truth, because they're not the same. Because the facts are, yes, the facts are, the facts are there are giants over there, and we're very small compared to them. Those are facts. It's facts that, you know, uh, I hate my husband. I trust. It's a fact that I hate my wife. It's a fact that we argue every night. It's a fact that that he works works late and he comes home late and he don't call. Those are all facts. There's a fact that she hangs out with her girlfriends and she stayed out all night. That's where I'm at. Those are all facts. But is it the truth? Oh, I know you want to say it's the truth. I know, but bear with me. Bear with me. Because see, Joshua and Caleb, they were part of the 12. 10 came back and said the truth. We're small. We're like grasshopper. But Joshua and Caleb, they came back and they spoke the truth. They're saying, and I need you to understand it. They're not denying the facts, but they operated in the spirit of truth because they said, surely we can take the land. What was that perspective? That perspective was simply this. I'm Joshua and Caleb, and this is what I want everyone that's listening. I want you to understand that there's a point where you're going to have to start looking at your situation through the eyes of God. In other words, you're going to have to look at it and see what He sees. You're going to have to do that because the truth may be. The facts may be lined up against you. They could be stacked up. Hey, listen, I've been there. I get it. But that doesn't mean that it's the truth. The truth is, what did God say about it? Oh, yeah. Now we get down to it. What did God say about it? What did He say? What did He say? So I'm going to take just a 30-second break. Okay, this is the 4th floor. We got total 7 floors. Stay with me, and because I want to, I'm going to close this out. We're going to talk about these 7 we're going to talk about these floors, and get this one floor, and we'll be right back. Hi, my name is Eric Kirk. I'm the author of The Power 2, The Power 2 Workbook, and The Power 2 Planner. This is not just a planner, it's a journal and a devotional all in one. The Power 2 Planner is designed to keep you in touch with one another, also to maintain order and stay on task with the vision and the plan that was set for the family. So grab your Power 2 Planner, your Power 2 Workbook, and your partner weekly and refresh and update one another on any plan changes. Whether you're a newly wedded or a seasonally married couple, the Power 2 Planner is an essential tool to help you create oneness, balance, focus, and activate the Power 2 in your relationship. Hi, my name is Eric Kirk. All right, so I am back, man. Thank you guys. Once again, my name is Eric Kirk, and I'm the author of The Power 2. And guys, we are in the second half of this show, man. I promised y'all that this is definitely going to be the show that you want to watch. It's definitely going to be the show that you want to share out. So if you haven't had a chance to share this out, just take a second, man. It won't cost you anything. Don't take that long to do it. I'm going to bring this slide back up because I want to everybody to know what we're doing, guys. We are building a house right now. Okay, and we have laid down a very firm foundation built off of love. Okay, and our second floor was I just like to say, we like each other. We like each other. So our foundation was love, and then the second level was fondness and the admiration, or simply said, we like each other. And then we learned that it's very important to run towards each other, turn towards each other. That's going to be key, in having a key to making your house into a home. And guys, we're talking about that spirit, that dwells in that home. The harmony. I want you to get past the physical side, because a lot of us have some nice houses, but we don't have a home. Okay, and we're talking about what would it take for me to have a home? Oh yeah, we digging into that thing, but we're here, man, and this is this floor here. This floor here, this is the doozy right here. This is where divorce happens. If you don't get this floor here, this is where hell is going to break out into your home right here. Because I understand that I love you, the foundation. I understand that I even like you. And I know a lot of people say, "Hey, what's the difference, man? Love is Trump." Yeah, see, I've been in situations, and you probably have too, where you love somebody, but you didn't like them. Okay, and then it was, hey, maybe sometimes I like them, but what I want you to understand is that there's going to be a place, if you really want to make your house a home, you're going to have to like some folks, especially the folks that live in there. You have to just like them. Okay, and trust me, you can get there. Okay, we talked about leaning on each other, turning to each other. Then we talked about that. One of my favorite parts is that perspective. What do you see? And I ask that question because what you see is what you're going to say, and what you're going to say, because you have power and death, the power of life and death in your tongue. What you say is going to conform the world that you live in. Yeah, yeah. You're going to speak. You're going to you. That's just who you are. You got the power. Okay, but it's fifth floor that I really need you to understand. Now, keep in mind, if you guys got any comments, questions, anything, I do have the chat on. Okay, and I appreciate the love, by the way, too. I really do. I really do. But this fifth floor, this is where you're going to get mad at me. Okay? This is where you're going to get mad. Because, see, this fifth floor is where I say this is time for you to be an adult. Yeah, I say you need to. This is where adulting come in. See, this fifth floor shows your immaturity. The fifth floor tells me how you handle conflict resolution. This fifth floor lets me know if you're operating in the spirit of agreement. That's right. This fifth floor is really, it's gonna be the floor to where if you don't get this one right, and we're talking about building, making that house into a home, if we don't get managing conflict right, then I don't care how much you love them. I don't care how much you like them. I don't care how much you run towards them. I don't care if you got a good perspective. If you don't know how to make conflict your ally, oh, this is where you're gonna lose it at. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is where you're gonna lose it at. This is where you're gonna spend all of those nights in separate rooms because you don't know how to manage conflict. This is where you're gonna grab your favorite beer, and you're gonna take off driving because you need to escape. You having a cave moment, man, because you don't know how to handle conflict. But what I want you to understand, I alluded to it a second ago. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you know that if you're gonna have a successful marriage, if you want to make your house a home, okay, then you're gonna have to make conflict your ally. See, I call that one of what part of the Ten Commandments of marriage. Thou shalt make conflict thy ally. That's right. I love it. I love it. That's not mine either. It's a book I read years ago. Yeah, it's actually called Ten Commandments of Marriage. I don't know the author, but I do recommend it. It was a good marital tool, something you can add. Um, Only add that after you purchase the power too. Okay, and you can go to my website, um, power to x.com. The power of two x, like the number x, the letter x, the number 2.com. All right, so making conflict your ally. So what do that look like? I'm glad you asked. See, I need you to know that when making conflict your ally is simply saying that when you and your spouse is engaged, I used the word the other night. Yeah, he or she or you both is at the highest of festivity. Oh man, y'all are going at it, man. Y'all are mad at each other. Y'all in conflict. But this is where you're gonna win because see, before this podcast, only thing that you knew was conflict was something negative. Just like me. Before I read that book, I said, man, I need to avoid conflict. I need to avoid it. But now, because they say now that you know better, you have to do better. I want to help you because I want to show you how conflict can be your friend. And see, it's real simple. Your spouse is telling you what they want. And you saying, Eric, what's the difference? Man, she's always telling me, he's always telling me what he wants and what she wants. What is the difference? See, what I need you to know is not that you're hearing something different, is you are going to take that information and you're going to use it to your advantage. That's the ally part. See, your wife, your husband is telling you, like, you're arguing, and they really upset, and there's no reason to hold back because y'all in it right now. See, I look at this, and the visual I want you to get. It's not good, but it's the best way that I can say it. It's kind of like talking to a man that's drunk. A woman that's drunk. You know how they say a drunk man don't tell no lie. Well, because see, because they don't have anything that's holding them back, and they're gonna tell you exactly what's on their mind. Well, it's the same thing when you're in conflict and you're that upset. You maybe before you held it back, maybe before you considered the cost, but when you get to that point, now all bets are off, and you're deep into it, and you're saying, you know what, man, this is what I really feel. This is what I really want to say. This is when you get your pencil and your paper. And you're going to do this. Why? Because, let me pull it back up, because some of y'all give me some resistance. Why are you going to pull it back up? Because your foundation is built on love. Your second floor is because you like her or him. You have already dedicated that you're going to run towards them instead of away, and you're going to have a positive perspective. Okay? This is where we at. This is where we at. Okay? So they're going to get pissed off, and you're going to get your pen, and you're going to get your paper, and you're going to write down and say, okay, this is what I need to do to get better. Come on, guys. I told you that this is what adulting look like. Because I know, see, I know that somebody wanted to say, it's easy if I was telling you, well, this is okay for you to leave. This is what your homeboy been telling you, your girlfriend been telling you. This is what some mamas and some daddies been telling you all your life, and it ain't got nobody anywhere. What I'm telling you is that if you like serious about making your house a home, if you're serious about having a successful, relationship, a successful marriage, you're gonna have to manage conflict. So if you can't stop the conflict, and by the way, you can't, you might as well learn how to make it your friend. So you're gonna take that conflict and you're gonna use it to your advantage. What you're literally saying is, okay, I have no reason to think that there is a motive behind what he or she is saying. I believe that this is straight from the heart. This is the first time they was able to speak to me free. You got some good information. Now, what are you going to do with it, sir? What you going to do with it, ma'am? Are you going to be like before, and you're going to get selfish and instead of taking the conversation and the conflict and saying, okay, this is what my spouse needs, and this is how I can give them what they want, and this is how we can be better. Instead of you doing that, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do like you did when you was a kid, and you're gonna say, you know what, I'm just gonna take my ball and go. What are you gonna do? You gonna throw a tantrum? What are you gonna do? Now, before you get mad at me, just know I told you this is what being an adult look like because I already know what being childish look like. And I understand, with all due respect, I understand when you get into a heat of a conflict, I understand what it can bring out. It can bring out the worst in people. But that's only because that was because we had the wrong perspective. Okay, let me pull it up again. Let me pull it up again. Our foundation is love. We like each other. We run it towards each other. We got positive perspective. This is why we can get to the fifth floor, and instead of operating like a child and running away and not dealing with the issue, this is why we can manage the conflict. Yeah, see, I should be getting offering on that. We're gonna keep going. Let's see what's next. The sixth floor. Yeah, make life dreams come true. I don't have my book in front of me, but making life dreams come true, man, that's so essential. It's so necessary when you want to make your house a home. You're gonna have to do some things. You're gonna have to, you're gonna have to make some traditions. You're gonna have to give your partner something to look forward to. I, you know, I'm thinking about. I mean, just think about how good it would be if y'all had a date night every Friday night or every Saturday night. I mean, I'm talking about, man, I'm talking about every single one. Neither one of you have to wonder, are we going to do anything? It's not a question of, are we doing anything? It's like what we're doing because we got something. We doing it every weekend. It's us. Man, we worked all week. I mean, but all I'm saying is, and I know everybody, you may not be able to afford it every week, but you can do something every week. You can do something. See, what I learned is that making memories, making those dreams come true, they don't all the time cost you anything. Imagine you live in an apartment and both you and your spouse desire to live in a house and and so part of your date night, you're saying, let's just ride around in the neighborhood that we want to live in. Let's ride around and you know, man, I see I can see that husband, grabbing his wife's hand and say, baby, I know that, that you want to get out there that apartment. We got the baby on the way. It's already was too small before the baby. And I picked up that extra job and we working hard, but I want, but you see that house there? Yeah, that's the one I want to get for you. Not this one, I want to get you one just like that. What are you dreaming about? What are you dreaming about? What if, I mean, your night just consists of, driving downtown, taking a walk by the riverfront and coming to your favorite, ice cream parlor and buying your favorite ice cream. And every Friday, we look forward to that. And it's magical as if it's the first time. See, what I want you to understand is that one, there's no limitations in your dream. So it could be a dream where where you're making memories. Just doing things, to where when things get tough, now you can always go back to, remember when we used to take the walk down on the riverfront and we used to buy that ice cream. And you got your favorite kind, and I got my favorite kind, and then we sat on the bench and we talked for hours. See, that's a dream, or it could be a dream where you say, that house there, man, that house. We living in an apartment now, and that house is so far out of reach financially, but I got a dream in me. There's something in me. There's something in me telling me that, you know what, I'm going to make this happen. Oh man, that's so powerful. And see, the reason why, and I talk about this in my book and, the workbook and the planner, because what I want you to understand is that you need that type of stuff. Oh, that gives your relationship life. It gives it power, so you can keep going, because now you got something to hope for. Yeah, you missed it. Because see, you missed it because you ain't got your mind right. Because what we're talking about is operating, that we getting our faith to operate. And faith is those things that are hopeful. They're hopeful. See, what you don't understand, man, there's some power in the hope. There's a scripture that talks about the struggle, the pain. He said that pain produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and that character produces hope. And they said hope never fails. So you've been sleeping on hope. You're thinking that that your situation that you're in now is the only situation you're gonna be. It's not the worst, but it's not the best, and you didn't get settled in there. And that's only because of this. And this is what I got from one of my favorite author speakers, where you name it, Les Brown. He said, you're operating out of your memory and not your imagination. See, what I need you to do, brothers and sisters, I need you to learn how to use your imagination, dream for some things, hope for some things. That's what I want. Because when we talk about having making a house into a home, man, you're gonna have to have some memories. You're gonna have to have some good stuff. And how do you get to that place? You have to use your imagination. Oh, you got to hope for some things. Yeah, that's what you got to do. All right, so here's my last floor. Okay, and I really got into this one. That create and sharing me, me. You see, this is where I'm gonna pour the house back up. Okay, this is where you did everything right. You did everything right. You got your solid foundation off of love. You genuinely like your spouse. You love them and you like them. You like hanging out with them. You have mastered. I'm not calling my mama. I'm not calling my dad. I'm not calling my best friend. I have a spouse, and I'm trying to build a home. I'm trying to get, we living in the house, but I want to live in the home. And I'm trying to build some things with him. I'm trying to build some things with her. And you have learned how to run towards them. And in that process, you have developed a positive perspective. How do you see yourself? How do you see your spouse? How you see yourself, how you see your spouse is going to determine what you're going to say. And what you say is going to develop. It's going to perform the world that you live in. And then you got to deal with the conflict. We got to manage conflict. We have to make conflict our ally. And then we got to make those dreams come true. Use your imagination. Make them come. Know that every single one of those dreams are going to start with an imagination. It's going to start with hope. It's going to start with hope. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're dreaming. But, there's no rules to it. Isn't that good? There's no limitations to it. I like that word. There's no limitations. That house could be as big as you want it to be. It could big or small. That car can be as fancy as you want it to be. It can be. It's all up to you. But learn how to use your imagination instead of your memory. And I'm gonna say this in my closing. Your imagination is going to remind you of some stuff. Your imagination is going to remind you of some inadequacies. See, the reason why I took upon that from Les Brown, and the reason why I teach this in my class is because I know that we have all been through some type of hell. I know that. Now, I believe that the reason why you're listening right now, you either been through some hell, or you just came out of just came out some hell, or you know you about got some hell you about to get into. It's gonna be somewhere around there. Nobody is immune to it. It's just something about it. You see, you want some help. You want some help. And this is why I show up. I show up because I want to help you. I don't have all the answers. And see what I really do believe that we can have a conversation, you know, if I just like this. See, I believe, see, what you don't know is that I believe in all my heart that every word that I spoke tonight was anointed. You don't know that, though. I just told you. I believe that on one hand, the words that I speak can help millions. And then I also believe that God could have just brought me here for one person. And that one person can be you. And see, the reason why I always tell people that this is not a pro man or pro woman show. This is a pro family show. And the reason why I believe that, the reason why it is because I believe that everything if we're going to heal the world, then it's going to start one family at a time. I believe that. I believe that when we get ourselves together, we're going to have what it takes to go out into our community and get our community together. I believe that the reason why we're suffering right now is because marriages are suffering, families are suffering. We're trying to rewrite the way families look, and God has already established this thing. That's what I believe. So guys, listen, that is my time. Um, I hope this was good. Okay. And if it was good for you, let me know. Okay. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment, and I'll definitely check it. Let me check this one before I go at. Tiffany, thank you, Tiffany, thank you for joining. I didn't know he was here. Thank you for joining. And so, anyway, guys, that is our show, man. Listen. If it's Sunday, and if it's God's will, next Sunday at 7 o'clock, I'm gonna be back. Now, I don't know what I'll be talking about. Okay, I'm not even gonna have like that. But what I do know is that it's gonna be good, and you don't want to miss it. Okay, so make sure that you tune in. You follow me on YouTube, the Power Podcast on YouTube. Also, you can follow me at Fight for the Family. Um, and thanks, Tiffany. And since Tiffany is on here, I want to invite you guys to be a part of the Teach Me Tribe. Just an amazing group that's led by Tiffany that is on Facebook, and the work that she's doing over there is just so amazing. Her heart and her spirit is right on point, and and she's also starting for all the parenters out there. She's starting a I don't even know what to call it, but a 30-day challenge, where she's going to be unfolding the life of co-parenting. Thank you. You're welcome. She's going to be unfolding the life of co-parenting, and when I tell you that this right here is so important, it's so needed because I told you before that this is where adulting come in at. And if by chance your family, you're part of that 52% that did not that got divorced, and trust me, there is life after divorce. And if you have kids or small kids involved, you're gonna need to know how to co-parent. And she is anointed to bring that message to you because she co-parent well, and just and I know it's God because uh, she she could have kept it to herself, but she said, "Nope, I'm going to share this because she sees the importance of you getting that part right." Oh, my marriage didn't work, but I still got kids that and really, Tiffany, it just hit my spirit. What you're doing is saying, "I'm going to protect the seed." Yeah, see, Satan thought that he was going to destroy the family. But what you and your ex is doing is saying, "We're going to protect the seed." Well, what are the seeds? Seeds of those babies. You say, "No, no, no, Satan, you can't have my seed." And this is why you have to join the tribe, right? I mean, seriously, and I'm out. I preach, so this is my third closing. If you are struggling co-parenting and you want to level up, you want to know how to do it successfully, then you need to click on her name, inbox her, and say, "Listen, I was on Eric's podcast. I heard the replay, or whatever the case may be. You told me that you are anointed for co-parenting. You need some help." And she can help you, and she can help you with your spouse. And she just clicked the link so you can. She put the link is in the chat to where if you want to join the tribe, and you can also connect with her. Um, you can connect with her through the tribe as well. Okay, there's some links in there that you can click on to get specific type help, or you can just inbox. It doesn't even matter. But the point is that you want to protect your seed. Don't be selfish. This is what adulting look like. And trust me, I already know that a lot of us don't do it well. But this is where you don't think about yourself. You know, beyond a shadow of a doubt. You should know that Satan tried to destroy your seed. Your seed is your kid. They were cool with listen, he wanted to destroy your marriage. He was successful, but he's not done. Now he wants your seed because he wants to stop the bloodline. Okay? This is where co-parent comes in. So anyway, guys, that's it, man. I am officially, man, I enjoyed this, but I am officially out. I will see you. You got it.